My name is Charles Kajoweka. I work as a human rights activist in the first place, also leading this organization, Youth and Society, as a director. We founded Youth and Society some 4 years ago as a group of youth rights advocates from Mzuzu University after our graduation. And the main mission of Youth and Society is to promote and defend human rights and democratic governance in Malawi through advocacy, capacity building, and research in the principal interest of young people, children, and marginalized groups. And for the last 4 years, this is where we have focused our work as an institution. So Youth and Society is one of the leading institutions that advocated for the adoption of the Nation Youth Policy that we currently have in place. In 2013, we went to the peak of the advocacy, where we even met the president, then former President Joyce Banda, and we got the policy adopted. So it was a very successful advocacy that we had undertaken in partnership with other youth movements in Malawi. But we think that our advocacy should just go beyond advocating for the adoption of a policy with just paperwork. We need now to move into translating the paperwork into reality. And we think that young people themselves, they should be able to take that challenge and engage policymakers, engage government, engage civic societies to ensure that this blueprint that we have is translated into results. And at the moment, we have the gap that the policy, yes, adopted some 2.5 years ago, but very little has been done in terms of implementing. Now, our focus at the moment is to ensure that we step up advocacy around the actual implementation of the Nation Youth Policy, which is a key document because it is a document that really looks at the future of about 70% of the youth population, of the national population in Malawi. So we look at the National Youth Policy as really a driving force for youth development. And that cannot be realized if young people themselves sit back and just watch. This is why we would want to build partnerships with the youth-led or youth-focused institutions that have interest in areas of youth policy, governance, and advocacy in Scotland, to share experiences, how our colleagues are able to influence a policy formulation, policy implementation, and even evaluation to ensure that the policies really live to their promises. My organization, Youth and Society, has been quite instrumental in advancing the youth development agenda in Malawi through the National Youth Policy. And this is why we would like to establish links with the Scottish institutions that have interest in the areas of youth policy to ensure that young people are able to input into policy formulation and implementation. So we really want to build those links with our Scottish partners, learn the experiences that they have and share the knowledge on how young people can become instrumental in advancing the implementation of policies for development.